You know what's funny? The average family of four in this country throws away about $1,500 in groceries every single year. Not eaten, not spoiled by some accident, just walked straight from the fridge to the trash can, still in the bag half the time. Meanwhile, down at the dealership, the average new car payment just hit $772 a month. That's not a car payment anymore. In some zip codes, that's rent. And 1 in 5 people signing those papers are locking in over $1,000 a month for a car that loses a quarter of its value before the new car smell even wears off. And it doesn't stop there. We're sitting on $1.655 trillion in auto debt, nationally. Trillion, with a T. Meanwhile, most people in this country can't cover a $1,000 emergency without either panicking or feeding it to a credit card that's already gasping for air. Oh, and let's talk about the coffee. $6, $7, $8 a cup, 5 days a week, and somehow you've quietly handed over $2,000 a year for a drink that costs about 30 cents to make it home. That's not a coffee habit. That's a subscription plan for staying broke, and nobody bothered reading the terms. Here's the part nobody wants to hear, though. This was never really about the coffee, or the car, or the groceries. The people who actually built wealth in this country didn't do it by being interesting. They did it by being boring. Almost annoyingly boring. And today, I'm walking you through 10 of those habits. The kind that'll never trend, never go viral, but quietly turn into 6, sometimes 7 figures if you just let them run. Stick around, because habit 10 is the one most people skip first. And it's the one that ends up paying for everything else on this list. If you've ever thrown away a receipt just so you wouldn't have to look at the total, drop it in the comments. I promise you're not the only one. Let's get into it. All right. Habit 1. Drive the old car longer than feels comfortable. I know. Nobody wants to hear that. But let's do the math like grown-ups. That $772 car payment is over $9,000 a year, before you've even paid for gas, insurance, or the oil change you keep putting off. And the second that car leaves the lot, it's already lost 20% of its value. By the end of year 1, a $48,000 car is worth maybe $33,000. You didn't buy a car. You bought a very fast-melting ice sculpture with cup holders. Here's what wealthy people actually drive, though. And I promise it's not what the commercials tell you. Survey 10,000 millionaires, and the median price they paid for a car was just over $31,000. Toyotas, Hondas, Fords, not one Lamborghini in the bunch. Buy a 5-year-old Camry for $15,000, drive it into the ground, and take that $700 payment you didn't make and invest it instead. Do that for 15 years at 8%, and you're sitting on about $170,000 for the crime of driving a slightly boring car. Habit 2. Eat the same meals on rotation. I know it sounds like punishment. It's not. Pick 4 or 5 meals, run them on repeat, and something interesting happens. Your grocery bill stops surprising you, and your fridge stops turning into a science experiment. Because right now, the average household throws out 325 pounds of food a year. That's not leftovers. That's a small vending machine's worth of groceries, straight into the landfill. Habit 3 builds right on top of that. Eat what you already bought before you buy anything new. Empty the fridge. Empty the freezer. Stop restocking a pantry that's already lying to you about what's in it. Households that do this cut their food spending by 15%. Just by refusing to buy groceries they're going to forget about anyway. Habit 4, and this one always gets a reaction. Make your coffee at home. A daily coffee shop habit runs you close to $2,000 a year. Brewing it yourself? Maybe $300, even with the fancy beans. Invest that $1,800 gap at 8% for 30 years, and it turns into $220,000. That's not a coffee. That's a down payment wearing a disguise. And habit 5, bring your own food, everywhere. Lunch out is running you $12 to $18 a day. Lunch from home is closer to $4. Do that math over a work year, and you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 back in your pocket, just for packing a sandwich like it's still elementary school. Quick gut check before we move on. Comment your worst grocery waste story below. Mine involves a bag of spinach that never once saw a salad. We've all got one. Now here's where it stops being about your discipline and starts being about their design. Habit 6. Shop in person, not online. That one-click checkout isn't convenience. It's a system engineered, on purpose, to remove every second you'd normally spend thinking, wait, do I actually need this? And it works. Online shoppers spend 15 to 30% more than people standing in an actual store, because a store makes you drive, walk, and wait in line, and every one of those seconds is a chance to talk yourself back down. For a month, delete the apps. Make yourself go get it in person. The stuff you really need survives the trip. The stuff you just wanted at 11 p.m. usually doesn't. Habit 7. Pick a wardrobe and stop buying clothes. We spend around $1,800 a year on clothing we mostly wear a handful of times before it disappears into the back of a closet. Fast fashion wants you to believe repeating an outfit is a crime. It's not. A $300 sweater worn 100 times costs you $3 a wear. A $30 sweater worn twice costs you $15. Cheap isn't cheap if you only wear it once. It's just expensive in disguise, like everything else on this list so far. Okay, now we get to the part that actually builds something, instead of just plugging leaks. Habit 8. Pay yourself first. Most people pay rent, pay bills, pay for takeout, and then, whatever's left over, maybe, goes to savings. That's backwards, and it's why savings never happens. Flip it. The second your paycheck lands, savings and investing come out automatically, before you even see the number. You can't spend what you never let yourself look at. Habit 9. Live 2 years behind your income. Get a raise? Don't upgrade a single thing. Keep the apartment, keep the car, keep the budget exactly where it was, and just let the gap between what you earn and what you spend get wider every single year. And this one matters more than people think. Because, get this, 41% of people earning between $300,000 and $500,000 a year say they're living paycheck to paycheck. Read that again. A household pulling in $500,000 broke by Friday. Money doesn't fix this. Behavior does. And habit 10, the one I told you about at the top, have a hobby that can actually make you money. 65% of self-made millionaires have at least 3 income streams. Not one side hustle they're secretly miserable doing. 3 separate little rivers feeding the same lake. You don't need to quit your job. You need an hour or 2 a week pointed at something you already enjoy, instead of something you already pay for. And here's the number that should genuinely unsettle you a little. 79% of millionaires are self-made. No inheritance, no lottery ticket, no rich uncle. Only 31% of them ever averaged 6 figures a year. It took the average one of them 28 years of doing this, quietly, boringly, on repeat, before it turned into millionaire status. Not one of them, not one, pointed to picking the right stock as the reason it worked. It was never about the stock. It was never about the income. It was the boring stuff, running in the background, for almost 3 decades straight. So let's add it all up, because the individual numbers are one thing, but the total is where it actually gets interesting. Skip the new car. That's $5,000 to $8,000 a year back. Cook at home instead of ordering out. Another $3,000 to $5,000. Make your own coffee. $1,500 to $2,000. Pack your lunch instead of buying it. $2,000 to $3,000 more. Add some friction to your online shopping. Another $2,000 to $4,000 saved from purchases you never actually needed. Stack all of that together, and you're looking at somewhere between $13,000 and $22,000 a year. Not from a raise. Not from a side hustle. From money that was already yours, quietly leaking out through habits nobody ever taught you to question. Invest $15,000 a year at 8% for 25 years, and that turns into $1.2 million. Let that sit for a second. A millionaire built entirely out of skipped car payments and home-brewed coffee. Nobody's putting that on a billboard. But it's the actual math. And here's the split that actually matters at the end of all this. There are 2 kinds of people in this economy. People who look rich and people who are rich. One of them is leasing the car, financing the wardrobe, and calling it success. The other one is driving a paid-off Honda, wearing the same 5 outfits, and quietly buying their freedom back, one boring decision at a time. Nobody claps for the second person. Nobody's filming that. But in 10 years, one of them is still explaining their credit card balance to a bank, and the other one isn't explaining anything to anybody. That's the whole game. The habits that feel like deprivation in year 1 feel like freedom in year 10. That's not motivation. That's just what compounding does when you stop interrupting it. So here's what I want from you. Comment the one habit on this list you're starting this week. Not someday. This week. Because saying it out loud is the first form of accountability that's actually free. And if you want the boring math laid out for you every week, subscribe. Because broke is loud and expensive, and rich is quiet and paid off. I know which one I'm choosing. See you in the next one.